The Dark Mage and the White Mage, a gentle fantasy tale of light, shadow, and silence. You arrive at dusk, the kind of dusk where snowflakes fall without sound, and every step feels like a question. Your boots crunch gently on the winding mountain path as you reach the edge of the known world. Before you stands the tower. The observatory, they say, has been abandoned for centuries. It hasn't. You know this because your envelope, sealed with a wax sun and a crescent moon, was addressed to the White Mage of the last tower and the Dark Mage who lives below. You don't know their names. No one does. But you are asked to deliver a letter, not ask questions. So you knock, just once, on the heavy wooden door. There is no answer. But the door opens. Inside, the tower is strangely warm. Not fire warm, not body warm, but light warm. Like walking into a sunbeam you forgot existed. The room you enter glows gold and silver, not from lamps, but from the walls themselves. In the center, a white-robed figure, kneeling in quiet prayer over a teapot. She looks up as you enter, not startled, not surprised, just observant. "You've brought it?" she says softly. You nod. She gestures for you to place the envelope on the stone table beside her. You do? She does not open it. Instead, she smiles. A tiny thing, like a crack in winter ice. He'll want to see it too. You'll need to go below. Below? She points to a staircase. One you hadn't noticed. It leads downward, deep into the frozen heart of the tower. You hesitate. He's kind, she adds, but not in ways you'd expect. You descend carefully. The warmth fades. The gold light becomes shadow. Not darkness, just muted grays and cool air. At the bottom, a long hallway lit by floating orbs, each one pulsing like a slow heartbeat. You follow them. Eventually, you reach a small chamber. Inside, the Dark Mage. He's tall, but hunched, as if gravity has been whispering secrets into his ears for decades. He does not face you. He is watching a glass bowl filled with dark ink. The ink moves on its own. "You brought the letter?" he asks, voice like distant thunder muffled by fog. You nod again. You hand it to him. The same envelope. He doesn't touch it. "I'll wait until she reads it," he says. "We read things together." A pause. Even if not at the same time. You sit because standing feels wrong here. Silence fills the room. Not uncomfortable silence. More like the silence of someone tuning an instrument, quietly, carefully. Eventually, the Dark Mage turns. His face is older than his voice. Not aged, but burdened. Like he's held too many stars in his hands and forgotten where to put them. He nods at you, the closest thing he gives to thank you. "You should stay tonight. The mountain doesn't like travelers after dusk." You stay. The White Mage reads the letter aloud the next morning. You're not sure how you ended up back in the upper chamber, whether you walked there or simply drifted into it during the night. She reads softly, like pouring water. To the mages of the last tower, the world below grows impatient. The tides of silence and sound have tilted too far. We request your agreement, once again, to maintain the balance. She folds the letter. She does not smile this time. They always write like this, she murmurs. Like time hasn't passed. Like they didn't forget us for years. You ask what the letter means. She stands, brushing non-existent dust from her robes. It means we speak together, tonight, in the way we were taught, in the way we still remember. You ask if you should leave. No, she says. You're the witness. That evening, you're led to the middle chamber of the tower, neither bright nor dark. A circular room with 7 windows, all of them shuttered, and in the center, 2 stone chairs, one white, one black. The mages sit. They do not face each other. They do not speak. Instead, the White Mage sets a silver orb on the ground. The Dark Mage places a black feather beside it. They close their eyes. You watch. You wait. And then, the air changes. Not colder, not warmer, just thicker. Like the tower has taken a deep breath and is holding it. The orb glows softly. The feather twitches, not from wind, but memory. Then without warning, both mages speak at once. We are still here. Just that. And the silence after is so deep, so profound, that you forget what noise feels like. Then a chime. No instrument, just the sound of a pause ending. The feather lifts gently. The orb dims. The ritual is over. The balance, whatever it was, is reset. Later, you ask them what they balanced. The White Mage answers while pouring tea into cups you didn't see her carry. Emotions, dreams, the breath between the stars. You know, the usual things people forget exist. The Dark Mage chuckles. It is a warm sound somehow, like a heavy blanket being dropped across your shoulders. It's all very boring, really, he adds, which is why we're the ones doing it. They sip tea in silence, and for a moment, you understand. They are not opposites. They are twins of function, 2 hands of the same body, 2 breaths from the same thought. They balance the unspoken. On the 3rd morning, the White Mage leads you to a wooden door made of different woods: birch, ash, cedar, driftwood, and one piece that smells faintly like starlight. It creaks open to a room lit only by thought. You know this because there are no lamps, only rows of glowing parchment, and books that flutter like birds when you get too close. This is where we keep what we don't finish, she explains. You ask if that's dangerous. The Dark Mage, who appears behind you like a shadow with polite shoes, replies, only if you try to finish what was never meant to end. You walk the aisles. Some scrolls are blank, others are full. but shift their words when you stare too long. There's one spell written only in sighs, another in the language of riverbeds. You pass a glass cabinet with a single red thread suspended inside. It vibrates when you think too loudly. At the far end of the archive, you find a page, not dusty, fresh, blank, except for one word in the center, stay. You ask, who wrote it? Neither mage answers. Later that day, while the tower hums with unread stories, you wander to the observatory's highest room. The dome above you is cracked, not from damage, but design. Through the gaps, stars blink shyly. The White Mage is already there, lighting candles that flicker even without flame. She hands you a folded piece of paper. You'll write a letter, she says. You open it. Blank. Not to us, she adds. To the version of you that doesn't believe any of this happened. You sit and you write. You don't know the words until you see them on the page. You write of the way shadows curl politely at the base of the tower, the taste of tea made from melted snowflakes, a silence deeper than sleep, and how it felt to be seen, not spoken to. You finish the letter, fold it, and hand it back. She does not keep it. She feeds it to the fire. That's the only way it stays with you, she whispers. That night, the sky flashes. Not lightning, not stars, just a blink. The mages pause. They look at each other, then at you. The balance shifted, the Dark Mage murmurs. Slightly, says the White Mage. They do not panic. They simply light the 7 candles again, take their seats, and begin a new silence. You understand nothing of what they do, but it feels like a lullaby for the stars themselves. When it ends, you feel it, in your bones. Something was caught before it could fall. The next morning, you're not sure you're meant to leave, but the mages are waiting. A small pack rests by the door, filled with tea leaves, soft parchment, and a stone that hums slightly when you hum first. The White Mage places a hand on your shoulder. You were the witness. You did well. The Dark Mage bows once. Return when silence calls you again. You step outside. Snowflakes rise around your ankles like old friends. The mountain wind is quiet. And though the tower door closes behind you, a small thread of its warmth follows you all the way down. You never return, but sometimes when the stars blink just once, you wonder if they still speak in silence, and if your name is ever mentioned between their pauses.